Hey, good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. Wait for some more people to come on before we get to it here. Pan around. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Hello, Rhonda. How you doing? How's everyone doing? Happy New Year again. Susan, how are you? Carrie, John McGinnis. John McGinnis, I'm still laughing about that. Whoop, whoop. And Rosa, how are you? Anna, and how is everyone? We are back at the Creeper Gallery. Hello, Kayla. Christopher, how are you? I am outside. Hey, Luann. I'm in the gallery. There's Chris behind me, back there. We are live from the Creeper Gallery in New Hope, Pennsylvania. First time in 2023, believe it or not. Hey, Christine, how are you? Different setup, a little bit of a different setup. We're using some different things tonight. Denise, how you doing? John Muchacha, how are you? And like I said, we're going to try some different things. We have some new pieces of equipment, trying a little different setup. So before I go back there, I do want to show you just a pan around view of the gallery, of the Creeper Gallery, and all the cool things that Donna Marion and Madame Clara make. So I'm just going to do a quick pan around. I'm going to change my camera. It's a little involved on StreamYard, so give me 1 second here. I will switch to the back camera. Bingo. There she is, running around, looking busy. That's what she does.
That's all I do.
Madame Clara, there's all her cool stuff. This is, again, the outside of the Creeper Gallery. This is all the artwork that Donna Marion, the owner of the Creeper Gallery, makes a lot of this cool stuff. Too much. We could spend 2 hours on this stuff alone. Again, New Hope, Pennsylvania on Birch Street. If you haven't been, you should come check it out. Lots of cool stuff. I was looking at the, I didn't see this stuff. There's that dude. And we got the evil cat person.
Evil cat person.
Hey, Brenda. Happy New Year. Crystal, how are you? I don't know what's looking at this guy. I don't know if StreamYard allows nudity, so we won't pan down. But this is the outside, and this is where, hey, David. And this is the Red Room. That's where all the haunted objects are. Now we've already got all of our equipment set up and ready to go. We're going to go inside and we're going to start. Hey, Heather, how are you? So,
Show off the light.
Yeah, I'm going to walk in there with my flashlight. Charlene, how are you? I'm going to open up the curtain. And this is the Red Room where all the haunted objects are, all around us. Nothing but fun, haunted objects everywhere the eye can see. And that's our new setup over there. Again, on here, it's a lot darker, so we are going to have to add light now that I'm looking through the StreamYard.
Let me pull it up.
Boop. Hey, Deb, how are you? Hey, Marie. So the setup we're using now, you can see that going off there.
Yeah.
That's a shadow detector right there. Detects different levels of light and shadows moving on the side and behind the objects. That's what you hear going off over there. Again, we're going to have to change this around a little bit because we do need more light. It was a lot better through my iPhone, the setup, but there's the first objects. 3 paintings, believe it or not. 1, 2, 3 down there. I'll give you as best view as I can.
You need more light?
No. There we go. And you'll hear the stories about these in a minute, but we are going to have to figure out the light situation. I might have to turn off my shadow detector, which I don't really want to do. Oh,
You had a shadow figure pop up and disappear.
the shadow figure.
Well, I mean, SLS figure.
So again, I don't know how we're going to maneuver this because it's going to keep making that go off. Yeah, I'm not going to get any shadow movement unless it comes from that side or behind it. It'll still work.
So if can you turn the other one around so it just faces the other way too?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine the way it is. So again, we have all the stuff that you guys have seen before. The EMF lights there, tripwires, static dome, yes and no eggs, static detectors there. That one back there that I was telling you, that's a shadow detector. The lights on either side will tell you which direction it's coming from. If it's coming from the left side or behind it or on the right side of it. So that's the tracking motion that we can't see. And then we have another form of the Ovilus, a box that spits out words and phrases and yes and no answers that we're going to try tonight. I got to get my Echovox. So hold that.
Got it.
Could you step up a little bit? You might as well read the information while I'm doing that.
Okay. So just a real quick little thing here. I got to turn on the light so I can see it. Because these eyes stink. All right, here we go. The artist is Mary Octavia Bedford. She was born April 24th, 1849. She died December 22nd, 1921. And we think she died in Omaha, Nebraska. Married Jefferson Bedford, December 5th of 1867, and supposedly had 7 children. Father Lesueur immigrated from France. Mother from Missouri, had 3 siblings, Alexander, Octavio, and Joseph.
Supposedly there's a dark attachment or something that Donna said, or it could possibly dark attachment.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
And she was the artist of these paintings, from what I understand.
Flashlight to put on me unless you can see.
No, I got one right there. Well, I had. Yeah, right there. Right here.
Do you want me to start? Or you want to
start? Nope, you go right ahead. If it's got, I'd rather you find out if it's got dark. Wow. Like I said, when you stood over there and literally a figure showed up real quick and then went away very quickly.
Alrighty, where's that card? I need that card.
Right here, my hand.
Can't see it. Can you see me, or do you need me to?
No, I see you just perfectly. She is also the lady in the portrait.
In that portrait back there, right?
The man is her father. Yeah, that's her, and the man is her father.
Okay, I'm going to introduce ourselves to you first. Mary, my name is John, and this is Chris here next to me. I don't know how long you've been in this room or if you've spoken to anybody else that's here, but we come in here and we try to speak to the people that are connected to, attached, around, things that belong to them, that meant a lot to them, their pictures, their clothing, anything that, again, that they may still be connected to or attached to. And we try to talk to them, find out more about them, find out if they need help. Whatever you're willing to share with us and tell us, we'd be happy to listen to you. And like I said, we'd help in any way that we could. We're going to try lots of different things that I'm sure will seem very, 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 very strange to you. Yeah, see, that light is going to blind out the static dome and everything. So we're going to have to, I don't know if this one's as bright.
I think they're all pretty bright. How about if I just do this? That works.
So that's still pretty light.
I see the dome going off right now.
So,
See it?
yeah. So, Mary, the things that we put around your pictures here that she painted, correct?
Yes.
That you painted. We're not trying to disrespect you or any members of your family by putting these objects, these items around your pictures. This is what we use to communicate with people, spirits that we can't see and we can't hear. You can see that green light right underneath your painting, the picture of you. That's just reacting to what could possibly be you standing there or one of your family members being there. It won't hurt you, I promise. It's just a glowing light, like the lights in the sky or a star or something like that. It's not going to hurt you at all. I could put my hand near any one of these things and they're not going to hurt me at all. They're not going to burn me, but you can use them, believe it or not, or your husband or your children or anybody who's listening. If you just come from out of the pictures, or if you come to stand near the pictures, these things are going to light up and they're going to look like the rainbow colors in the sky. You're going to see red, you're going to see yellow, you're going to see green, you're going to see lots of different colors reacting to your movements or you're trying to touch things. And this is how we could tell if you are there or if you're trying to connect with us. Because again, we can't see you when we can't hear you. So this is the best that we can do. But we are going to try to hear your voice later, or your husband's, or your children, anybody that wants to speak. We have these Easter eggs here. I don't know if you could see them by this picture here, who you said is what, her father?
Mm-hmm.
Has the word yes on it. And then over there, there's another picture, Easter egg, yellow, that says no. The word no, N-O is written on it. If you were to just touch them, even like that little twinkly ball I just touched with my finger, it's going to light up and twinkle like the stars in the sky. I put one on your picture there as well that you can also touch if you want to.
Like that static dome.
It's just staying right there too, which is under her picture, which is really, really strange. So again, oh, there you go. That worked pretty quick, didn't it? So that's really, really good. So we could see this. Chris and I could see you doing that. And if that's what you could use to try to kind of communicate with us and answer questions, then I'm going to ask you and if you wouldn't mind doing that, whoever is listening. So I did see that twinkle by someone touching it. So I'm going to ask if maybe you could answer if this is Mary that's listening. Boom. Did you see that?
The lantern. Right? What a quick hit immediately after you asked that.
Hello, Mary. Again, my name is John. It's very nice to meet you and your family, if anybody else is here. Like I said, we're just going to try different things because the pictures are beautiful. You're very talented. And we are going to help tell your story. And these pictures are going to be seen by hopefully a lot of people. So people are going to hear about you and your husband. Jefferson, your 7 children. I wish I had their names, but I don't. Maybe you could tell me a few of their names. We do know about your father. You were born in 1849 and you passed in 1921. Again, your anniversary of your passing was last month around Christmas time. It was Christmas 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you know that or not. Again, you can see the lantern.
It's just starting to change.
The dome is just staying.
Well, it's starting now to go to the next color.
I know, but it's just staying.
Right?
I've never seen it.
That's pretty.
Just stay like that.
Steady, like I'm here.
So, Mary, that little lantern there that looks like the old-time lanterns from that you would know, you just saw it blink a color blue when you must have tried to touch it or pick it up maybe. These lights that are the same color that are up top there that I'm pointing at, they will do the same thing as that lantern if you were to just try to move your hands or touch them or come out from the painting. And again, all of these things help us see that you might be there. Jefferson, I'll give you the opportunity to come forward if you could hear me. Jefferson, you could, again, the little twinkly ball there or anything, you want to just stand there and move around, something will react to that. And again, nothing will hurt you, I promise. We would never put anything there that would hurt anybody. And we show you, look at back and forth. That's good. I may move that lantern because I'm not sure. No,
No.
that kind of proved me wrong, didn't it? I was thinking it might be the
Like
lantern.
as soon as you said that, it was
And
like,
as soon as
yeah,
I
I'll
said
show you.
it,
Oh, the
stop.
blue light right behind the SLS just went off, and I don't know if you guys saw it.
Behind the SLS.
Yeah, it's like right behind the SLS from where I am. This one right up here
You
on.
mean here?
Nope, right here. The
Oh,
very.
oh, there we go. All
There
the way
they all
close.
went.
And
So,
as soon as you
oh,
pointed at it too.
yes,
All right,
thank you. So you're
so
getting
this
it.
is really good, Mary. So Mary, we're going to try a few different things that are going to seem really, really strange to someone like you, like I said. And I want to ask first if you're comfortable speaking with me, because I am a stranger and I'm a man. If you are uncomfortable with me, I would be happy to let Chris come forward and speak with you. So I'll give you the opportunity and the respect of allowing you to make that decision. If you don't want me to sit here and you're uncomfortable, then I did see the lights go off from time to time. You're kind of figuring out those. Please light anything up, and I will happily step to the side and move back towards the end of the back of the room. I don't want to do anything to disrespect you or your family or the memory of your family. Okay? Good. Good. So, Mary, your seven children. That's a lot of children. Nowadays, aren't a whole lot of families that have 7 children. Are they with you now? You and Jefferson? Or is your whole family together now? Again, you could answer by just hopefully touching something. You may be trying to talk and we can't hear you, and we're going to try something to help with that in a minute. This gentleman right here that I'm pointing at, Mary, is this your father? What was his name again?
Armand.
Armand?
Mm-hmm. Armand. Armand.
Is this a picture of your father, Mary? This gentleman right here, or Armand, if you are here, is this your picture that I'm pointing at right here? I mean, we look kind of alike, a little bit. Your hair's a little shorter than mine, and I like that beard actually better than mine. But
he just doesn't have the mustache.
Yeah, we do kind of look a little similar. And I'm not sure what this picture is right here. I like it a lot. As a matter of fact, that cat that's in that picture.
Is it a woman sitting at a table?
Yeah.
Okay, with her cats.
That old woman and the cat on her shoulder actually looks like our cat, believe it or not.
Oh, Lord.
Although our cat would never do that. But that does look like our cat, which is really, really funny. But again, for these pictures to be this old and be in that great a shape, that says a lot. And I have no talent.
And kept together.
Yeah, I have no talent when it comes to art. I'm not an artist. I couldn't draw a stick figure. But I am really, really impressed by people that can transfer an image from their mind and create something beautiful like this and put it on canvas.
Let alone create a portrait.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, your artwork. I really, really do. So these pictures right now are with a woman named Donna. And Donna, I'm sure, had these in her home. And maybe you've seen her dogs, and maybe you were in her home and you met her husband. And now they're here in this building where you know other spirits exist and they're around us. Now, these pictures are going to be sold to somebody else. And that's part of the reason we're here as well, because we want to know how you feel about that. And if you're comfortable with that, these people who buy these pictures are going to take care of them. It's not like they're going to buy them and throw them in the garbage or, break them. These people are going to be the caretakers of your portraits, and I'm sure that they would be comfortable with you coming to visit them or being around them if you wanted to be. Are you okay with the fact that they may be sold to someone and put into somebody's home. If you are, again, the lights would be the best way to respond right now to that. If there's no issue at all and you're okay with that.
Oh God, that is a voice outside. Scared the
there's people
crap out of
outside.
me.
I really thought that somebody
Oh,
was talking
I
inside
did
the room
too.
for a minute.
Because it sounded gravelly for a minute, and then I heard a voice clearly. Think, oh God.
Okay, so let me show you real quick because I didn't show you first. You figured out a few of these things, but there's also a music box back here that you didn't see. See my hand when I move it back here? Now that may look like an instrument to you of some kind, but it really is, again, another tool that we use to try to.
You missed it, but when you said that and you did the music and you backed up, the light over here, and again, it's just out of my range, but I can see it. This purple light right here changed colors very quickly, like it was responding, like gotcha.
Okay, so that's what that does. It's a music box, and all I did was move my fingers around the antenna. I'm sure you know what an antenna is. That's all I did was wiggle my fingers to make music and lights. Nothing really hard. It doesn't take much to use the things that we have here. So I'm gonna. Oh, comes the cold. Okay. Again, if you feel you need to borrow our energy, that's totally fine. I know sometimes that needs to be done in order for you to interact. So feel free to borrow my energy if you
did it again. It's responding to you. Yes.
Yeah, feel free to borrow my energy if you need it. You know, I've spoken with spirits and families and others who have passed on, and I'm completely okay with you doing what you need to further engage and speak with us. Okay? So I'm going to turn on this weird looking box right here that I'm pointing at with my finger. And I'm going to, well, first let me try the new box.
Yeah.
So here is the new kind of version of the Ovilus that I have. It's not as sophisticated and expensive as the Ovilus.
Again, every dang time our focus is off, it goes off.
But it basically does the same thing. When I turn it on, it's going to measure the energy in the room. It's going to take a baseline. And anytime that energy increases, depending on the level, it's going to find a word and it's going to say it within this box. So I'm going to turn it on. And I want, if you can hear me, Mary, I prefer Mary answer this question. I realize some of the others may be around, but Mary, I'm going to speak to you. One word at a time. So right now it's calibrating. You got to give it a minute or two. So right now it's taking the measurements of the EMF in the room. And what it does is once it gets that measurement, it keeps it and sets the new norm. So it keeps, so now it's scanning. Mary, could you say something? One word. Just one word that you want us to know about you or your family or the pictures. One word. Current. So is it thinking that that's a current?
I think
so.
so.
You know what electrical current is?
Why wouldn't they? I'm trying to get close enough if you guys can see that or not.
One more word, Mary. Before when I turned this on and I asked you to tell me something about yourself and you said asleep. One word at a time. Current. Anything else you want to say? I know this sounds a little spooky, this voice, but it will repeat what you said in theory or what you want to say. One more word. Can you say something else, Mary? I'll put this right over here by your pictures. What else would you like us to know about you? One word at a time. Pick your next word. Say it out loud. Try your hardest. Think. What is that word? What would you like us to know? delay. See, that's kind of funny in itself because, again, I'm not going to try to shoehorn everything, but that may mean like they're talking
But it's
and then it comes through, everything's coming through later, or we're getting the lights going off.
oh, your
Say
lantern
delayed.
just went off.
Delayed. Everything is delayed from where they are to where we are.
Did you guys see the lantern go off when John was saying that? It was almost like she was acknowledging it.
So you're saying that I've heard from people that can see and speak to spirits that there is a delay, and these same people have told me to wait and ask questions and wait a long time for a response. I know that there is a delay, but could you pick another word again to help us with that delay, to just help us know about you or something about you? I'll put it best. Okay.
BEST?
Yeah. So I'm going to turn this off for now. I'm going to put this down over here. And I'm going to try something else that's kind of strange. I'm going to encourage you to maybe stand by your pictures. You know what a photograph is, obviously. This camera here, that's our camera. And if you stand there, any of you will be able to see it on this camera, believe it or not. So that might be something else you want to try. So I'm going to turn this box on.
Real quick, Crystal said maybe she's trying to say she's trying her best.
That's true too.
Yeah.
With the delay,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of hard to do that. So I'm going to fix that for you, Mary. And I'm going to offer you the chance to say things as if we're having a conversation where I can hear you, believe it or not. There's two different things we're going to try. I don't know if they had recorders in your time. They may have had phonographs. I'm not sure of the time period, but we're going to try two different things. This box here is a radio that's broken that I may be able to hear your voice or Jefferson or anybody else that's related to these pictures and this family. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn my recorder on so I don't miss anything. And I just want you to talk as if you would, as if we were having a conversation. There is no delay on this. Okay? I'm going to put this all the way over here. I'm going to turn this on. Hit my recorder. Mary? Mary, if you're here, my name is John, Mary. My name is John, and this is Chris. Could you tell me who was in this picture here? This gentleman? What is his name? Yeah, what is his name? I see the light. What's his name, though? Mary, what is your maiden name? Tell me how many of you are here. Could you give me a number? Which of the three are here? Can you tell me that? Mary, you had three siblings. What were their names? Give me one of their names. There we go. If that's you, If that's you touching those lights, could you say lights? Mary, what would you like to see happen to your paintings? Stop that. I don't know why my spirit box is making that ding, 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 ding noise. That's kind of a first, too. I have to change the batteries on that. I think I did hear a few things. That's why I stopped it and I wanted to play it
It
back.
sounded like when you pointed, it said pointing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it sounded like a male said that you were pointing. And everybody heard 3.
Yeah, 3 came through pretty clear. I'm going to turn this down. Mary, if you're here, Mary, 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 what's she saying there? Female. My name is John, Mary. Mary, if you're here, my name is John, Mary.
Hey, John.
Mary, if you're here, my name is John, Mary. Oh, that's a lot of words there.
It sounded like the end it said, "Hey, John."
This is Chris. Pointing.
Yep,
right.
pointing. You're pointing at me.
This is Chris. Pointing. And I was pointing at you.
That's phenomenal.
Could you tell me who was in this picture here? This gentleman? What is his name? Yeah, what is his name? I see the light. What's his name, though? Yeah, what is his name? I see the light. What's his name, though? Dead. That's what I was pointing at. Armand. Mary, what is your maiden name? Something about her family. Mary, what is your maiden name? Her family. What about her family? Tell me how many of you are here. Could you give me a number? 3. That was right there.
Yeah,
I didn't finish the question.
Tell me how many of you are here. Could you give me a number?
3.
Which of the 3 are here? Can you tell me that? Can you tell me that? Can you tell me that?
You hear Albert? I hear Alex.
Really? Alex.
Can you tell me that?
I hear about a father. I hear Alex.
It's Alex. It's Alex. It's
Alexander
Alex.
was her brother. That was another one.
I got to get rid of this.
Mary, you had 3 siblings. What were their names? Give me one of their names. There we go.
You get it on your phone.
It won't show up on mine.
You should if you're logging in New Jersey
If that's you
Paranormal.
touching those lights, could you say lights?
Ooh,
Lights?
said something about something lights. Oh, and then it just went off.
Those lights, can you say lights? Barry, what would you like to see happen to your paintings?
Someone just said it's sad.
Barry, what would you like to see happen to your paintings?
Say it's sad.
Barry, what would you like to see happen to your paintings?
Say it's sad. That's sad.
Stop that.
No, I'm on it as New Jersey Paranormal, and it won't come up on my phone. And I'm trying to get rid of it, but we need to. If you guys just hold on a second, we got to get rid of these comments.
Yeah, don't let me do it. I don't know why it puts it over there.
Right?
No, it's only gonna let me copy, select them. That's weird.
Yeah, and it won't show up on my phone. I tried. I don't, and I'm as New Jersey Paranormal.
Yeah, it's not gonna let me do anything.
It's ridiculous, guys. Just try to ignore those comments until we get when we get off the live and get rid of them. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, it's got to show up on your phone though, because I could delete. I monitored the. Yeah, because you went way past them. I'll keep an eye on them. All right, so
They don't see them either.
what I'm going to do is the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to. I saw the lights go again. You do seem to acknowledge the lights, which I think is, really impressive. That you're able to.
See, there's something about the lights.
That was pretty good. So you do know how to manipulate the lights, and I appreciate that you could even do that. Who is doing that though? That's what we're kind of wondering, because there was a man's voice coming through a lot of them. I'm wondering if it's Jefferson. Jefferson, is this you? Could you please touch the lights if it is you, Jefferson? The person talking there? Is it one of Mary and Jefferson's children? Is that who's speaking? I know there's a delay. I know you're trying your best. Her father? I don't want to butcher your name, but I think it was Armand Lesueur. Is that who this is? All right, we're going to try one more thing. And this is actually, other than coming through this radio here, this will actually be your real voice, whoever you are, whichever person is here, Mary, the children, Mary's father, Mary's husband, and I'm going to be able to hear it now. Okay, so I know there's a delay. I know you're trying your best. I'm just going to ask you to try a little bit harder for this time. And as I ask the question, just answer it out loud. And even if I don't react or seem to hear it in that moment, I may be able to hear it on this little box here when I listen back to it. Okay? And you'll see what I mean. Just keep an eye now.
They don't see them. So like someone said, it might be popping up on the YouTube thing or whatever, but they're not seeing them. So that's good.
All right. So I'm going to put the recorder near the paintings. Here it is right here. I'm going to put it down here closer to the paintings on the ground. I'm going to hit the record button. Mary, I'll refer to you as Mrs. Bedford, if that's more respectful to do. Mary, if you're here, could you please say hello? We did hear a man speaking several times. Who was that was speaking, talking about the lights? Mary, Mrs. Bedford, are these three paintings the only paintings that you did, or did you do a lot more? Now, I know I have the names of Mrs. Bedford, Mary, your three siblings written down next to me. Could somebody say out loud any of their first names? Can you please confirm how many children you did have? If I didn't mention the name of someone who was here and you want to make your presence known, could you please just say your first name? Now, someone had mentioned that there may be negative or dark energy attached to these paintings. Is someone connected to these that are hurt or angry or upset and reacts in that way? Is there anything at all that we can do to help you? Last question, and then I'll leave you all alone. Are you going to be okay if someone purchases these pictures and brings them into their home? Thank you. All right, let's see what we got. Mary,
refer to you as Mrs. Bedford, if that's more respectful to do. Mary, if you're here, could you please say hello?
I heard that from here.
What? Oh my God. You heard it right?
Yes, clear.
Oh my God. Did they hear that?
Can you guys hear that? Hello.
Oh my God. That's crazy. She's here.
They're saying they can't hear it.
They can't hear
We
it?
did hear a
Oh,
man
someone else
speaking
said, wow.
several times.
No.
Wow, I can't say they can't
Who
hear
was that? That was
I was trying to get Maggie in.
You have headsets on, guys? It's a deep hello. Yes.
we did hear a man speaking
That was good.
The lights.
several times. Who? Several times. A man speaking several times. Hear a man speaking several times. Hear a man speaking several times.
Tell me you don't hear that.
Speaking several times. Who was that was speaking? Talking about the lights. Mary, Mrs. Bedford, are these 3 paintings the only paintings that you did, or did you do a lot more? Now, I know I have the names of Mrs. Bedford, Mary, your 3 siblings written down next to me. Could somebody say out loud any of their first names?
I'd love to get on Alice again.
Can you please confirm how many children you did have?
What?
You did have? How many children you did have?
I can't tell what it says.
How many children you did have?
Nada.
How many children you did have? How many children you did have?
It sounds like murder.
No, that's
You
not
did have? How many children you did have?
People are saying they hear hurt.
Play it again because it sounds like nada.
Quantra. I hear hurt.
Please confirm how many children you did have.
Hurt. All right.
Really? Let me
Hurta.
hear it.
It's like
I have.
Hurta.
I obviously heard. Oh, is that why?
Yeah,
And I hear it in 2 syllables.
How many children you did have?
Somebody said something is marked. Yeah, it could be French.
For 4? Really? Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
but they had 7. Unless that's Mary's siblings. She had 3 other siblings. She was one of 4.
Yeah.
It could be Armand, right?
If I didn't
Yeah.
mention the name of someone who was here and you want to make your presence known, could you please just say your first name? Now, someone had mentioned that there may be Now, someone had mentioned that there may be
There's a voice there too. I can't make it out though.
negative or dark energy attached to these paintings. Is someone connected to these that are hurt or angry or upset and reacts in that way?
In the background?
Is there anything at all that we can do to help you?
So the lights aren't going off at all.
Last question, and then I'll leave you all alone. Are you going to be okay if someone purchases these pictures and brings them into their home? Thank you.
So here's something really interesting. Somebody said, and if you could repeat that, whoever you were, they said that the word was French for 4.
Christopher.
Yeah, and I was talking about the male voices I was getting. Mary's father, whose name is Armand, immigrated from France.
Yeah.
So if Armand was here, if this is Armand and he's listening and he was commenting on the lights or whatever, then he may have been answering 4.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about his kids. The siblings' names are written down. The information we have is Mary was a mother from Missouri, and she had 3 siblings. So it was her, Alexander, Tavio, I believe, or Tavio, and Joseph. So Mary was one of 4. So that word.
So that would make sense. And that would mean, when I heard that word, mata, and they got, that they got that French word. So that's from over here. And my hearing's bad to begin with. I only hear from one ear. And that's why it probably sounded the way it sounded to me. But that makes sense.
Well, that's true. Again, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm sorry we can't spend more time together. I myself do not feel any negative energy from these portraits, these paintings at all. Then again, I've only spent a little time with them. But I get the feeling that these people want to communicate and they're happy to be known. And the information is here, their memory, their families, all of it's here. That's a great thing to have that. How many people from 1867 have their memories still being spoken?
Right.
And their paintings still,
How was their wedding day?
in great condition like this. So thank you, Mrs. Bedford, Armand LeSueur, hopefully I'm not butchering your name, or Jefferson, or any of the other family members that are here with us. I hope you didn't mind us speaking with you. I do appreciate you interacting. Last chance to mess with the lights before we put the paintings back in the on the cabinet there in the shelf where they went. and then we're going to speak to someone else. Okay. I do appreciate your time, though, and
Yeah,
hopefully-
for working with him for the very first time,
Yeah.
very responsive.
hopefully we'll see each other again. All right, let's do the old switcheroo. This
Yeah,
is going
that
to be
was
difficult. Switching.
Yeah,
setup
because we're moving
we've got a
paintings
lot
that
of
we need
stuff
to be-
we gotta move here.
we gotta
That's
be
why
careful
did this
with.
first.
So bear with us for 1 second, guys.
So,
Ouch.
any particular order that these went?
The square one would go into the back.
They're all kind of
Yeah. So
split.
just with that one right there. I know. Oh, Lord help me.
You mean this one?
I speak my own language. Yes. And that's because in my head, I know that was the last one, the first one that had to go in here.
And this was just leaning.
Yes, that is correct.
So, kind of.
Right. Like that. Perfect. And then his came next.
He's got that little stand.
Yeah, I thought those were really good too.
Where the stand.
It's right here. We put it back in the case.
And then the big heavy one. I'm gonna move this table.
There we go. Guys, get it. That was the painting you probably didn't get to see as well in the dark as she did. There we go. And then he's up there.
Whoa. Hereabouts?
Yes.
Angle or?
At an angle like this. There you go. Now they're all together.
Is it kind of close?
Mm-hmm. Just got to tilt it maybe a little bit more back there. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we just got to move stuff out of the way, guys. Just give us a minute. Got a few good things up tonight, I think.
We should run a commercial. Mini commercials.
Mini commercials? Yeah, that we just pop in and just like, or like that elevator music. I'm not going to sing or make sound because I'll break something. I'll break glass in here.
We're gonna have to-
Yep. You want to hold that?
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty. I got this.
We were contemplating doing that one tonight too, but we can only do so many. That one we did during a live event. Well, you don't have to carry it out. Just put it in the corner.
I thought you wanted it out of the way. Here. There you go.
Yeah, that won't be in the way.
Intermission, right? Act 2.
I guess we'll save that doll for that other doll for last.
Yeah.
That's secured.
That's secured.
All right, you want to get a shot of this before I put it over there?
Let me just pull her out of it.
She's gonna fall.
I got her. I got her.
Let's see.
All right. There she is in all her glory. She has a note that's pinned to her from the owner. We'll get into that in just a minute. Just want to give you guys a good view.
Ooh.
There you go. Her legs got to go back. There you go. It does sound like a heart monitor. Good night, Barnabas.
That's gonna be a tough one.
I mean, you could probably take her out of the glass if you wanted to.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
The light over there. Well, this light's gonna need to move.
So you want me to give them a little info
Yeah.
about her?
Pretty good.
Okay. So
Almost right. I can't put it that way.
Helen's doll with a note. She has I don't know if you saw when I held her up. She's a small doll, but she has a note attached to her. Helen was born in 1859 in Stratford, Virginia. The slave owner was Henry Fitzberg. Mother was Marguerite Ford. Helen and her 2 children were valued at $1,200 when willed by the father to the son. Helen was from Pamunkey Indian Reservation in King William, Virginia, established in 1646 and oldest in North America. Claims are her and her deceased sister are both attached to this doll, which she was given when her sister passed young. And according to the note, without unpinning it because it's very old and fragile, her sister passed away when she was 10 years old, and the doll was bought for her sister for 5 cents. Noises and anger associated with the dolls. A note from the previous owners attached to the doll with the doll's history.
Is that it? Yeah,
That's it.
Look my flashlight. You want to do this?
Yeah, I'll start off. I'm fine with that.
That flashlight's right there. Just watch the.
Where'd you say it was? Right
Flashlight's
down on
right
the
there.
floor. And mine's right there. All right. Let me shut this off. Her sister. I didn't see her sister's name, so maybe we can try to get her sister's name out of this. Okay. Hi, Helen. I don't know what your sister's name is. I'm gonna take my hat off though.
There's no lights at all on the object.
You moved the other sensor away?
I got it.
I wish I knew your sister's name, but I don't. I know that she passed when she was really young. Really quick, my name is Chris. This is John. We mean you no harm whatsoever. We just want to get to know you and try to find some more stuff about you, and maybe there's something you would like to share with us. You'll see that there's lights around you. There's nothing here that's going to hurt you at all. There's things that when you touch them, they just light up. Like down here, I'm going to start away from you until you get used to it. Like there's little, there we go. If you touch them, they light up. If you were to walk by or rub on this, it just lights up pretty colors. And when you touch this, it makes, see, music. There's a yes egg that's blue. If you tap it, what? Okay. And then there's a no egg, yellow, if you tapped it. See, so you could go back and forth. There's little fingers that are by you, these little pointy things that look like a V, that if you go near them, they'll light up red or green. And then above you, you'll see that there's a purple light. That's a lantern. It changes color when you touch it. And the same thing around, you'll see purple all around you. And if you touch them or go near them, they change colors. But like I said, there's nothing here that can harm you. And there's actually, you got your sensor on that moves, right? Like, or did you move it and turn it on? You moved it? All right, so it's not even in play? Okay. So, Helen, like I said, my name is Chris. This is John. I just read the card about you being a
She's a slave. Yeah, she's a Native American slave.
Yeah. I was trying to be, yeah.
Well, that's what Donna just said.
Yeah. And you were basically willed, passed on from father to son. And I'm really sorry about that. And I'm very sorry that you lost your sister. I can't even imagine living in that type of world and having that happen. Today, humans are respected and it's frowned upon. People have rights, independence. And I'm sorry that didn't happen for you and your sister. I do have Indian heritage in my background, so maybe that can help us to, if that makes you feel better, to communicate. Like I said, I kind of like, without taking that off of you because I didn't want to ruin it, but on that piece of paper that states that doll belonged to your sister. And if anything resonates with you, or if you want to respond back, like I said, if you could touch something to let us know. By John, this is like a thank you. you see the lights go off?
Yeah, I got
Thank
them
you.
all.
And that's how we can communicate because we can't hear you or see you ourselves. But this thing right here that's got that little light that's blinking, if you were to walk by your doll or touch your doll or just like appear by your doll, and actually a stick figure will show up where John can see. So like I said, if you could light anything up, how old was she when she passed? Did it even say? It doesn't. I have no idea if she passed away and
That's right. Oh, you have it.
no.
Oh, static detector's going off right by the doll.
Very good. Thank you, Helen. If this is Helen or your sister, like I said, I wish I knew. We'll try to get your sister's name later.
It's staying lit. It's not stopping.
It's not moving. It's very strong. Well, and again, that would make sense because it said that there's anger that's associated with this doll. And that's a strong emotion. That's a very strong emotion.
And we are Caucasian. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. So we're the enemy, unfortunately. And it's not that way now. Indians are free. I'm trying to be careful the way I say things because I can't even begin to put together what you went through. But you were born in 1859, so she didn't see freedom. You didn't see freedom. You didn't see where rights changed. Women can vote today. Indians vote. Everybody votes. Everybody has their rights. Everybody can own. Everybody can do. I know I'm just trying to find my way with her because there seems something unsettled that I'm feeling, and I'm trying to put my finger on it, and I'm kind of having a hard time. It's almost like I'm being messed with. It's like everything's jumbled. Does that make sense to you?
oh, it's happened to me several times.
I just feel like there's an overwhelming sense of just frustration. I mean, I kind of feel where the anger's coming from. I haven't had this like this with something. But it does. I feel this very strong sense of anger. I'm gonna turn this on. This is you're gonna have to tell me just to turn it on once.
No, you got to go all the way. Here.
I just want to make sure. I don't want that one.
No, you want what it was on.
I just put it back on there. Right. Hold on. I'm not adept of a lot of things, as you could tell. There we go. All right, so we're going to let this calibrate. But what this does, if you want to try to speak, because like I said, I can't hear you, I'm definitely feeling a lot of, I want to say frustration mixed with anger, and you're definitely affecting and I've never experienced this before, so everybody bear with me when I'm struggling through this. But this is actually scanning, and it's gonna, if you could say something or project a thought or something and see if maybe it could generate a word off of here that we could understand that you're listening. Acquire. Are you referring that you were acquired or that acquired meaning you were bought, traded? I mean, anything that you can say, anything that could help us to understand.
I mean, she was property.
She was property.
The most heartbreaking thing, we visited a historic building in Sleepy Hollow, and they actually had an inventory of the farmland, and it was cattle, horses, furniture, and people. The slaves were all listed as property that could be sold with the property.
You had 2 children in slavery. You and your children were passed on like property in a will to a family member. I don't even trains. Again, I'm trying to phrase. I think what I want to do, because I'm having such a hard time articulating it, it's like I don't know how to describe it. I just can't put it together. It's just like my brain is being muddled and messed with, and I'm trying to tamp down the emotions I'm feeling because I'm frustrated and I'm angry, and it's you can hear it. I'm very, very. I'm going to try something different with you. It's scanning again, so I'm just going to give it a minute. I'm going to give you a minute to say the next words you want to say. And you don't, you just stop. So I'm just going to shut this off. And what I'm going to try to do is that I'm going to bring a recorder. And maybe this will help me better. But I'm going to ask you questions. And all you have to do is, because we can't hear it live, but we'll be able to play it back. And if you say something, maybe we can hear your answer. So if you could help us, okay? So I'm gonna try right now, and I'm gonna try to get myself together because, like I said, you're affecting me, and I really am angry. I'm angry. I am pissed off, and I don't like it. But if that's how you feel, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna start. EVP session with the doll Helen. Hi, Helen. Could you please tell me what your sister's name was? How old were you when you passed away? Why are you so angry? How many children did you have, Helen? Did you ever know freedom? Were you married? I'm going to stop this right now. I'm going to shut off the, play these back.
Just gonna turn off the heat. Just kicked on. Sorry about that. It's gonna contaminate everything.
Oh. You walked away and she lit up all these lights.
Yeah, because I probably look like someone she wasn't very fond of.
She's angry, like she's angry.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I'm sure that me being here isn't the greatest thing for her. She was mistreated by.
I'm just going to play these back real quick, and then I want to ask you more questions.
I had a headache until I walked out there, and then it went away, and the pressure was like building.
I'm just trying to control my emotions because I am. EVP session with the doll Helen. Hi, Helen. Could you please tell me what your sister's name was?
Oh.
Could you please tell me what your sister's name was? Could you please tell me what your sister's name was?
It's a breath I hear from here.
How old were you when you passed away?
Getting a headache again.
Why are you so angry?
Oh. Whoa, are you kidding me? Do that again?
I'm so angry.
What the hell? That was bizarre.
She's angry.
It's like a hiss. Oh my god. What?
How many
do
children
you guys
did
hear
you
that? Play
have?
that again.
How many
Play that
children
again.
did
There's a hiss and then you hear, whoa.
How many children did you have, Helen? Helen? She's doing guttural sounds. That's what she's doing. How many children did you have, Helen?
That was a short like.
Did you ever know freedom? She was doing something, but
The lights just went off above you. Above your head.
She's like, you hear that in the background? Like, were you married? You're gonna stop. You're gonna stop this. I'm curious. I wish I knew more. It's like I wonder if it's a native tongue that she's kind of saying and the sounds, but it's all coming off, and it comes off in waves. It's the anger and the frustration of her situation, and I think that's what's coming out in this as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I feel like someone's sitting on my friggin' chest, so we're not gonna be able to do this too much longer.
No, I actually think that and look.
Oh no, dumb.
Okay, Helen. Would you like us to just leave you alone, Helen, for right now? If you would like John to just step out of the room, could you make something else go off for me to convey that besides what you're already touching? She's affecting you. She's I am like, I have never felt that kind of feeling before trying to, I can't convey. I just can't. It's almost like there's a block of trying to communicate what's coming off from her. It's almost like she doesn't know how to get it across to me. So I'm confused. Does that make sense?
I mean, if anything, I would do one more EVP session, and then that would be that.
Okay, Helen. We're gonna. Is there anything in particular you would be in that I'm not so clear, and I'm more I'm more feeling the anger and stuff, and I don't have clarity. Is there something you would like me to ask, or someone would like me to ask?
Any questions, guys, for this other EVP session?
I'm having a hard time getting through the feeling, the emotion of this. So if you guys have a question that you, John?
No, I'm kind of a little apprehensive,
Yeah,
to be honest
I
with
think
you.
you need to be.
I'm sitting back here and I'm still feeling. First, I felt. Crystal said, "Did her owners do something?" No, her sister died when she was 10. But did they own the sister as well? I don't know if that was in there.
It's not in here.
Maybe Donna could answer that one, but I wasn't really.
We just know that Helen and her two children
Somebody
were
wanted to
valued at
ask if-
$1,200 when they were willed.
If she was tortured, I'm sure if she's a slave that she wasn't treated well.
I wish I could convey the feeling and what is going on, but there's like a block. I don't know how to describe
People want to
it.
know how her sister passed, if she knows how but
Okay.
I don't see her being real communicative though. She's
making sound. She's making noise.
She's kind of hissing and.
I'm wondering if she wasn't literate. I'm wondering if maybe she didn't have the words to say. If that makes sense.
They were born into slavery but released. Okay, I guess her children were. Or were they, the two sisters?
No, she wasn't. It was her and her children that were traded off to that were left in a will.
Her sister passed, right, at 10 years old?
Yes, at 10. Okay. I'm going to try a couple more questions. Okay, bear with me, Helen.
All of them.
Okay. Second session with Helen. Helen, are you angry that the doll that you kept that was your sister's has been passed on and no longer with family? Are you making me feel this way, Helen, because this is how you felt? Because I'm starting to shake and I'm wondering if you can't convey, so you're making me feel because you can't say it. Did you see in your lifetime your children being released from slavery? Helen, is there anything that we can do to help you get over this anger and this feeling? I am so sorry that you feel this way and you were put through what you were put through and that you lost your sister. Are your children with you now? Could you say your name for us? Yeah, I gotta stop. I'm just gonna listen back to this.
I'm like holding in my cough the whole time you're doing that. Oof.
Okay, this is it, Helen. We're gonna put you away after this.
Okay.
Second session with Helen. Helen, are you angry that the doll that you kept that was your sister's has been passed on and no longer with family? Are you making me feel this way, Helen, because this is how you felt? Because I'm starting to shake and the. I'm wondering if you can't come. I'm wondering if you. This is how you felt. Hold on. Are you making me feel this way, Helen? Because this is how you felt. Because I'm starting to shake and the. I'm wondering if you can't convey, so you're making me feel because you can't say it.
Double tap, breath.
Did you see in your lifetime your children be released from slavery? There's a voice. She says something, but it's so low. Helen, is there anything that we can do to help you get over this anger and this feeling? I'm so sorry that you feel this way and you were put through what you were put through and that you lost your sister. Are your children with you now? Could you say your name for us? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta stop. She's in the background. Yeah, we need to put her
I mean,
away.
that's a really good idea that
What?
Susan just came up with, and maybe something we're going to try really, really quick. Um, she was saying that if our, communicative skills are that of, because I did hear a few,
Yep.
clicks. So
Yep.
maybe real quick, 3 questions where a knock could be the response,
Okay.
kind of one,
That's a good idea.
1 for no, and then 2 for no. I mean, 2 for yes. So 1 for no, 2 for yes. I mean, if that's
no, 2 for yes. Okay. What would you like me to ask her?
just again, Helen, if this is you here with us, knock once
Okay.
for yes or twice for no, and then ask is her sister with the doll. Knock once for yes, twice for no,
Okay.
just try to leave a space in between
Mhm.
for the knock. And if there's anything we could do to help her, once for yes, twice for no, just those three, something like that.
All right, Helen, we're almost done. Just bear with us, okay? We're just trying to find a way to communicate with you. Session 3 with Helen's doll. Helen, could you knock once if this is you, or 2 knocks like that if it is not? If this is Helen's sister, could you knock once?
Outside.
Or knock twice if it is not? Could you knock once if you were a slave? Could you knock once if you had 2 children? Or twice if you did not? Could you knock once if you can speak? Or twice if you cannot? Thank you.
Just holding that in. I did hear knocks in the room, to be honest with you. Certain points.
Session 3 with Helen's doll. Helen, could you knock once if this is you? Or 2 knocks like that if it is not? Like that if it is not?
Dang it.
If this is Helen's sister, could you knock once?
Outside.
Or knock twice if it is not? Could you knock once if you were a slave? Could you knock once if you had 2 children? What? 2 children? Could you knock once if you had 2 children? Or twice if you did not?
And there's even more.
Could you knock once if you can speak? Or twice if you cannot?
Thank you.
Yeah. I think we need to put Helen up for now. We thank you for what you gave us and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of anger. But it also says on here that there's anger and noises, and we did hear a lot of noises in those, so it's definitely living up. But I think this is something, if anybody gets involved with this, they need to be very careful because the emotions that are coming off of this are very, very strong and can affect you. Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna let you step up while I recover from this because I still feel this really strongly.
Water.
Even my friggin' legs hurt now. They were shaking. All right, I'll put this stuff down for you. All right, this is me making this stuff go off, so just bear with me.
I just have a frog in my throat.
Okay.
Can't cough it out.
Do you need to get some air?
No.
I gotta find something to. Oh, sweetheart, you gotta help me out here a little bit. Need something to prop her with.
Why should I say it up like that?
No. She do not. Okay.
One to go. Why your throat's giving you a fit? I don't know either.
Okay.
Yeah, I started feeling again the frog in my throat. Kind of when I was sitting back here waiting for the EVP session
Would
to
you
be
like me to
done.
put the light on so that you can show them to her? Show
I
her
can
to
do it.
them?
I'm sorry. Walk over there. Where's the flashlight? On the floor. What's your phone? Oh, man. Okay, this is a strange looking one. No offense. But she does have cross eyes. You can see her. Definitely an old doll. Although it doesn't look old, but it's got the old joints, you know, where every kind of thing is separated as far as the wrist and the arm and the elbow and the feet and the legs. So that's definitely an old doll. There she is. And again, strange in that I've never seen a cross-eyed doll before. Can't say I ever have.
Crazy, right?
Unless she's cross-eyed.
Yeah. I wonder if her eyes got stuck that way.
Where's the over there?
Holy Toledo. We got a stick figure. Stay where you are. Stay. And it's not, raise your hand, John. It's not you.
I'm gonna back out. Sure it's not me?
It's not you. Keep moving. Go ahead.
I'm way over here. Can you see me?
No.
Well, then it's not me.
That's what I just said. It's not you.
So who are you? We can see you there. It's good of you to stand there. I'm sorry if you had to wait your turn. We were talking to the others, but now it is your turn. Still there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sit here, okay? I don't want to scare you. My name is John. This is Chris. I know you were probably listening as we were talking to the others. we're going to try to talk to you as well. Maybe, yeah, good. See those lights?
Yes.
Maybe you'll be good enough to talk to us so we can hear your voice and we can find out more about you. How about that? Would you be okay with that? I'm going to sit right here, okay? And I'm just going to talk to you. You don't have to be afraid. I'm just going to sit right here. I'm not going to get close. I'm going to keep my distance.
He's
All right.
staying right where he is. All right. I'm going to show you guys this. John's on the floor.
I didn't mean to insult you when I referred to your job as cross-eyed, but here's the headstone. I don't know if you got a picture of that.
You got to take your flashlight down. It's glaring. There you go.
It's Lizzie, wife of Robert Irwin, or
Standing right over.
RBT.
It's literally standing over the paper by you.
Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. I'm assuming this is you. I'm going to open this up and I'm just going to look through this really quick. Yes, Mrs. Robert Irwin.
The lights lit up when you said his name.
Hello, Mrs. Irwin. I'm just looking at some pictures here.
Well, you showed yourself fast.
Trying to get more information about you. You got your marriage certificate here, the date of the license, 1917, it looks like. 22 years old. Your husband's first name was Robert.
You saw the stand over there too, right? With the information and the 2 cards
I don't know what you're talking
on the
about.
floor right there.
Oh. I'm sorry, I have a picture of your headstone and not exactly how I'd want to start the introduction here. And then we have in loving remembrance of Lizzie Irwin. Yes. I'm going to read this, okay? I hope you don't have a problem with this. It says, "Dearest mother, thou hast left us, and thy loss we deeply feel. But 'tis God that has bereft us.
Bereaved.
Can all our sorrow heal. Yet again we hope to meet thee when the day of life is fled, and in heaven with joy to greet thee." I can't read that word. No farewell tear is shed. Where no farewell tear is shed. I guess that's the prayer type of card. And this one here, there's a few of them.
That was the daughter, right?
This is the daughter's card. She died in 1896, age 6 years old. Yeah. Vila, am I saying that name right? Vila, Vila, V-I-L-A, Vila, or Vila Irwin. We're going to try to talk to you as well. When we see the precious blossom that we tended with such care, rudely taken from our bosom, how our hearts almost despair. Round its little grave we linger till we settle sun is low, till the setting sun is low, feeling all our hopes have perished with the flower we cherish so.
Still
Okay.
there. So I'm wondering if this is the mom.
So this says, I don't know if you read, did you read this?
No.
Elizabeth Irwin was born April 10th, 1863, and died of typhoid at the age of 38 years in 1902 in Washington. Her husband's name was Robert, and they had 5 children. Son Herbert B., 1889 to 1918. He died from war wounds in France. So there's a lot of deaths surrounding this family. Daughter Villa, I'm assuming, was born November 8th. Oh, we almost have the same birthday, 1890. Died December 23rd, 1896, 6 years old. This was her doll for her 6 years on Earth. She never left the doll, and activity remains. Claims are that the doll moves on its own and children can be heard laughing and playing. The mother, Elizabeth, has been heard calling Viola's name. Okay, so we've got a lot of... So we've got Elizabeth, Viola. Hopefully I'm saying that name correct. And the father's name is Robert. And then we also have one of the sons Herbert was killed in the war. So lots of deaths surrounding this family, unfortunately. I'm going to introduce myself again. Elizabeth or Vila or Robert or Herbert. My name is John. This is Chris. We come here and we try to speak to whoever may be around or connected to things that matter to them. In this case, this doll that was very important to Vila. She had it for the 6 years that she was here with her family before she passed. And this doll meant a lot to her. And I'm guessing Lizzie is Elizabeth, what they would call Elizabeth. They would refer to her as Lizzie. I hope you don't mind that, and that's not disrespectful to you. I could call you Miss Irwin if you prefer.
I wonder if it's the father or the brother, because it is a tall figure that's on the SLS that's like protective or just like, you know.
So we do see someone standing next to the doll, maybe protecting the doll or with the doll. I'm going to show you some of the other things that we did put next to the doll. Again, not trying to scare you away or disrespect you or your family. We can't see you and we can't hear you. Again, we can't do that with people who have passed. So we rely on these toys that we put next to these objects to try to communicate with you. This is a music box. See, I'm just doing that with my finger, and it lights up like the rainbow in the sky, and it makes music. These are little star balls, little twinkly star balls. See that? I just touch them with my finger. And Violet, if you're here, this could be a fun game that we could play. I played this game a lot with children.
Got a little intimidated by the objects. It kind of moved up a little bit, like pulled away.
Okay. This is a game I play with a lot of children that I talk with. This is a rainbow. See that? See how I make a rainbow on that circle with my fingers? And believe it or not, that will light up all the colors of the rainbow and then some. You got red, you got green, you got blue, you got orange, you got yellow. You've got lots of different colors on that circle. But if you wanted to play with it, it'll light up and it'll go all the way around. And we have Easter eggs on either side of your doll, right there or right there, that say yes and no on them. One's blue, one's yellow. If you touch them with your,
Wow,
you know how that works. If you touch them with your finger, they're just going to twinkle like these little star, little circles there. Same thing. That will do it up there with the eggs. And those two things that you see with the fingers that are in front of your doll with the V, shaped like the letter V, they light up like Christmas colors, red and green.
definitely gets upset when you get closer.
If you were to wave your hand in front of them. Now you can see what the lanterns do. The lanterns, same thing. They look like lanterns. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see that? It went big, big,
right
big,
on.
straight
Perfect.
across. Now they are rainbow colors as well.
Figure's gone.
So, and that might have been it leaving too.
Yes.
Whoever they were leaving. I'm going to encourage you to maybe come back and try to talk to us a little bit. You see, nothing here will hurt you, I promise. And if that scared you, I apologize. This is just how we see that you're there. We have a magic photograph right there, a camera that will see you. And then these things here just light up different colors if you're moving around there. All right? Nothing is going to hurt you, I promise. I'm going to put this underneath. Flashlight's probably going to make that go off.
You want me to move it? Huh.
Well, you won't be able to see it. All right.
I got you.
Put this underneath so that we can track movement coming from behind or the side. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. So I'm going to start with this little tiny magic box. Okay. And the way this works is Lizzie, Elizabeth, Mrs. Irwin. That was me. If any of you were here, Vila, Robert, Herbert, if you listen and you try to say one word at a time, try your hardest, again, because we can't see you and we can't hear you. This little tiny magic box may repeat that word. So I want you to try that, okay? I'm going to turn it on. And I want you to start now as hard as you can. One word. I know saying one word at a time is kind of tough to talk to someone that way. But maybe you could start with, yeah, there we go. Maybe you could start with one word to tell me either your name or something about you or the doll. Something that we can, use to talk with you. That would be really great. Okay. Now concentrate. Okay. One word. I'm going to put it up here next to your doll. All right. Not going to hurt it. Not going to hurt you. I'm going to hold it. Okay. One word, please. Try your hardest. Concentrate. What's that word? Work. Okay, that's a strange word.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it come from there. One more word. I don't know what, maybe it's a lot of work for you to try to talk through this box. Maybe that's what you're saying. That could be true. Just try one more word, though, that kind of applies to you. Violet, if you want to talk about your doll, you could describe your doll. One word. Just try it. Moreover. Moreover. I don't know what that means.
They passed.
That would be. Okay. So you were standing there before. I'm going to ask you if you can maybe stand there again. That would be great. And I'm going to move these because they're kind of in a really weird place where even I can't see them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these magic eggs that you can see. Say yes and no. Blue, yellow. And I'm going to move these eggs. I'm going to put them up here near your doll. Okay. Right up there. We'll put one up there so you can play with those. I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to put these magic eggs down here. So if this is Viola, you could reach them. Okay. See that? Twinkle. Magic Easter eggs. Pretty cool, right? So I want you to try to use those to answer us if you can. Okay? Try your hardest. Just touch one of those with your finger to make it twinkle the way that I did. You see, I was just holding it. And if you want to answer, you could do that. Did you have that doll? Did you pick that doll because of the way the eyes look? I was telling Chris here, I've never seen an old doll like that with eyes that are together like that. And I'm not making fun of it. I just think that's very unique. Is that the reason you picked this particular doll? Because you did think it looked different with the eyes like that? Maybe funny?
Are they painted or their eyes that move that just
I
that's
don't know
just
if they move. You think they're
stuck
just
that
stuck in
way?
that position? I don't even know, but they're definitely crossed. All right, so let's try Spirit Box first. We'll try EVP and hopefully.
John's actually far from the doll. He's not up on
I'm
it.
nowhere near it.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Nothing on the SLS, right?
No.
People out there. All right, so hopefully my Spirit Box works a little better this time. I hope I don't get that bleed through noise. Might have been me. Yeah.
That was his motion detector.
Yeah, the light, the change of light was going to make it go off. I think my batteries are dying. That's why I'm getting that.
John.
Is that good?
Right there. No. Look. When you looked away, it's like a child would do, reached out and touched the static dome and made it go off real quick. And when you look back, it stopped immediately.
You can play with that.
But she was doing it on the sly, I think.
But that's why I put it there. You can play with that. You don't have to do it when I look away, when I was paying attention to something else. Feel free. That's why I brought it there, Viola, so that you could play and mess with all those things. You have my permission and Chris's permission if you want to play with them. Nothing that's going to hurt you. You saw the colors of the rainbow. That was neat, right?
That's something a child would do, like, you know?
So let me try to, again, don't be afraid. I'm going to turn this box on and sort of like this little magic box. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Sort of like this little magic box here. This is a different type of box. This I may be able to hear you really talk if you start talking. Or Robert, Herbert, or Lizzie, Elizabeth. Okay.
No, John didn't whisper.
Viola, are you here?
You want to put your recorder on?
Hello, Viola. My name is John. And this is Chris. Could you say something that we can hear you? That's a man. Hold on one second. I just want to undo that. That doesn't really help it. Okay. I'm going to turn the recorder on. I'm going to put it over here. I'm looking to speak to any members of the Irwin family. Are any of you here with us? Could you please say your first name, if you can? Lizzie? Lizzie, did you buy this doll for your daughter? That was another point. Did you buy this doll for your daughter, Viola? Am I saying her name correctly? How do you pronounce her name? I know they lost another son too, right? That was Herbert
One in the war.
who passed. Herbert. What happened to Herbert? We heard that something happened to him in France. You know, I meant no disrespect by reading the cards. This doll is going to be sold to someone, and it's going to someone's house. Are you okay with that, Viola or Lizzie? Who was standing there that we could see with the doll? Who was that? They were standing right here. Was that Robert? Mr. Irwin? Where's my... Yeah. I'm looking to speak to any members of the Irwin family. Are any of you here with us? Could you please say your first name, if you can? Get that feedback. If you can. It's just there's many something.
If you can. Her first name, if you can.
There's many something.
Name,
I can't make out the
if you
last word.
can.
There's many. Oh wait. They hear us. Or they're near us or they hear us. I don't know if they're near us or they hear us. They're near us. That's what I hear.
Lizzie? Lizzie, did you buy this doll for your daughter?
That's what I pointed. Point.
That was another point. Did you buy this doll for your daughter, Mila? Am I saying her name correctly? How do you pronounce her name? I know you.
What about that feedback before?
They lost another son too, right? That was Herbert.
One in the war.
Who passed? Herbert. What happened to Herbert?
I heard ouch.
We heard that something happened to him in France.
Oh, did you hear what in
It happened
France?
to him
Listen,
in France.
tell me something of what in France.
We heard that something happened to him in France. Something happened to him in France.
What in France? What in France? Right? What in France? And then the lights went off. Hey, what do you say?
You know, I meant no disrespect by reading the cards. This doll is going to be sold to someone, and it's going to someone's house. Are you okay with that, Viola or Lizzie?
Yes. Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Who was standing there that we could see with the doll? Who was that? They were standing right here. Was that Robert? Mr. Irwin? Mr. Irwin? Was that Robert? Mr. Irwin?
I heard
Was
it
that
was.
Robert?
And then the
Mr.
lights went
Irwin?
off.
It was. Wow.
I think there's multiple energies with this for sure. I want to do a regular EVP session, but I do think there's multiple energies here. I think there's, again, there's a lot here. There's a lot here with this family and all that they suffered, you know. Oh, here comes the cold. Okay, so again, any member of the Irwin family, whether it's Robert, Lizzie, Elizabeth, Viola, if you could hear me, Herbert, if you're around this doll or if you're with each other and around this doll, then I'm going to encourage you to really use your voice now so I can hear it on what's called a recorder. This will actually be able to hear you. And when I ask the question, just talk like you normally would, and I should be able to hear it. Okay? Oh, yeah. So just try your best, whoever you are, all of you, one of you, some of you. And I just want to be able to tell people that you have this doll that's in really great shape here that belonged to Viola for 6 years, and that she was never apart from. And here it is in front of me all these years later. And we just want to give any of you, a chance to speak. Anything you want to say, you could say it. We want to show people that families could still be together, even though they've passed, and that they can be happy, and that someone's going to be the caretaker of this doll that belonged to Viola, and that Elizabeth probably bought for her daughter and Robert. And someone's going to be the caretaker, and someone's going to bring this doll into their home. And yeah, and someone's going to look out for it for many, many years, and that's a good thing. And if you want to visit the doll and be around the doll, just be respectful of the family, and I'm sure they would welcome you into their home. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to put it down. First, I'm going to ask if Mrs. Irwin, Elizabeth, if you're here, could you please say hello? Viola, I saw you out of the corner of my eye playing with those lights there on that rainbow circle that I brought. Are you okay with us being here and talking to you? Can you tell me any of the colors that you've seen tonight, either on that rainbow circle or in the magic lights? When we started, there was somebody standing here as soon as we placed the doll down that seemed to be guarding the doll or just staying with the doll. Could you tell us who that was? Herbert, I want to give you a chance to speak as well if you're here. Somebody had referenced France when we were speaking through that box. But Herbert, if you're here and you want to say something, please feel free to do so. So I'm going to ask the question again because I did hear the answer on that box. I was mentioning that I know what this doll meant to Viola, and I'm sure it made her parents feel really, really good that they purchased something that their daughter really, really loved and she stayed with all the time and meant a lot to her. Now, I mentioned before, this doll is going to be going home with somebody else, maybe another family, maybe just one person who's going to look after it and take care of it. I want to know from all of you, whoever is listening, whoever wants to answer, are you going to be okay with this doll going home with somebody else or a family? I'm going to give you a chance, any of you, to say one last thing before we stop. If there's anything we could help you with, or if there's something you want us to know about you and your family, about these things that we have here, please say it now. I want to thank you all for allowing us to spend time with your family. And I do hope you're at peace and that you're together and that you are happy. It's weird how, again, you could get that initial figure there. You know what I mean? And the lights were going off intermittently, but not a whole lot of deep dive engaging with this doll. Not yet, not the first time anyway. And sometimes it happens that way. But I think there's enough there to definitely show you that it's possible to communicate with them. Who it is, I'm not sure.
Dana said you do a great job. Or
First, I'm going to ask if Mrs. Irwin, Elizabeth, if you were here, could you please say hello? Viola, I saw you out of the corner of my eye playing with those lights there on that circle, rainbow circle that I brought. Are you okay with us being here and talking to you? Can you tell me any of the colors that you've seen tonight, either on that rainbow circle or in the magic lights?
Talking.
When we started, there was somebody standing here. As soon as we placed the doll down, that seemed to be guarding the doll or just staying with the doll. Could you tell us who that was?
Talking.
Herbert, I want to give you a chance to speak as well if you're here. Somebody had referenced France when we were speaking through that box. But Herbert, if you're here and you want to say something, please feel free to do so.
Sure, Herbert was going to talk.
So I'm going to ask the question again because I did hear the answer on that box. I was mentioning that I know what this doll meant to Viola, and I'm sure it made her parents feel really, really good that they purchased something that their daughter really, really loved and she stayed with all the time and meant a lot to her. Now, I mentioned before, this doll is going to be going home with somebody else, maybe another family, maybe just one person who's going to look after it and take care of it. I want to know from all of you, whoever is listening, whoever wants to answer, are you going to be okay with this doll going home with somebody else or a family?
Oh,
What?
Or a family?
It's a man.
yep.
Ooh, I just
Everybody
got a chill
heard
when-
it.
Oh, I got a chill when I listened to that. I'm up and down my freaking back. Ooh, there it is again. Ooh.
That was
I'm going to give you a chance, any of you, to say one last thing before we stop.
Ooh, I'm freezing now.
If there's anything we could help you with, or if there's something you want us to know about you and your family, about these things that we have here,
lights all just went off.
please
And it's
say it now.
freezing by me
The
right
lights
now.
just went off behind you.
And then a boom. Like a
No,
loud
there's
thump.
nothing on the SLS.
Ooh.
I want to thank you all for allowing us to spend time with your family. And I do hope you're at peace and that you're together and that you are happy.
Wow.
I'm going to try one more thing with this little box right here. It has an additional feature that it could say a phrase, more than one word. It could say not a sentence, but multiple words. So I'm going to put it in that mode. And I'm just going to ask a question and then we're going to finish up here. I just want to, because I haven't used it yet, I want to see what it does.
Okay.
So let's just for now. Hold on, that's not the right one. Okay. Anything else do you want to say to us before we stop for the evening? Please say it out loud. Anybody that's here, that's listening, that's connected to this doll, try really hard to say something. Whatever you want to say right now.
What did it say? I can't see it.
It says feel hopeless.
It says something else too. It's doing something again.
Well, it said feel hopeless. You didn't see that?
I can't see. So I don't know if they
Oh,
saw
you
it.
missed it. Oh well. It said feel hopeless, but I wish you would have got that because it was.
Kathy said they saw it.
Did they?
Yeah, I can't see.
Take the anger with your thing there, please. Okay, so thank you to every member of the Irwin family who did join us. If that is true that you feel hopeless, I'm very sorry that you would feel that way. I would hope that there was something, maybe being in a new environment with new people and a new family and somebody really looking after that doll and the memory of your family will change that for you, whoever said that. But thank you again, and I do wish you all peace. That's it. I'll put her back. That's me. That's it, guys. First one of the year from the Creeper Gallery. 3 different objects, 3 different, way different energies for sure. And
Let them see her again.
I'm gonna go over there.
Oh. A stick figure showed right back up and then gone. There it goes. It's there again.
Is it?
Yeah.
When I went towards it, it happened again. And waving. You see it waving?
Uh-huh.
Could you wave to us, whoever you are? Could you say hello? And the light just went off. Do what I'm doing. I'm waving my hand. Hello. You see me? Could you wave back to me, please? I won't go back over there. I promise. Maybe you're saying goodbye to us.
Yeah,
Like,
you said, it's over.
Yeah,
So
good riddance. Large figure, though. All right. And on that note,
good night.
good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.